You're watching Shalom TV, celebrating all things Jewish.
When Prime Minister Netanyahu came to the United States and addressed the Congress, very well received, he also invited the Prime Minister, President Obama did, to the White House, where he was very rude to him, barred any photographers, which is not customary to do, left the Prime Minister to go to a dinner at the White House that he didn't invite the Prime Minister to. And I marked all of these things and said what in effect the President was doing was throwing Israel under the bus. And then came this special election as a result of Anthony Weiner having resigned for childish behavior. Rather sad. And the special election meant that there were only two congressional elections in the whole United States. One was here in the Brooklyn, Queens 9th District, and the other was in Nevada. And I said to myself, we could turn that election into a referendum on the president and his position vis-a-vis Israel, particularly because that district had a very large Jewish constituency. About 30% were Jewish, and that would mean about 40% of the actual voters, because the Jews tend to vote in large numbers. And I announced that. And I immediately got two calls, one from the Republican candidate, Bob Turner, who said, "I'm your man." I said, "Come on up." And I said, when he came up here, there are two messages to be sent here. One is by me to President Obama, that you cannot take the Jewish vote for granted. And the second message has to be by you to the Republican national leadership, that you must not destroy Social Security and Medicare and Medicaid, and that they must remain as government programs and not be privatized. He said, "I agree with that." And he was, of course, very supportive on Israel, and had been over the years. He's Roman Catholic, very charming man. I'd never met him before. And then I got a call from David Weprin. And he said, "Why are you doing this?" And I know David Weprin.
And David is a Jew. David is Jewish.
Yeah, he's an Orthodox Jew.
Right.
And he said, "I could be the message." I said, "You can't be the message, David. This is much bigger than you or me. It is a message to the president. You don't send a message by electing another Democrat to show that you can't take the Jewish vote for granted." And of course, that didn't satisfy him, nor should it have. And then I campaigned for Bob Turner, and he won.
Big.
Amazingly. I was delighted, particularly because the New York Times had denounced me for doing this in a special editorial. And then when we won, it made it even sweeter, so to speak.